GTii is still on that historical upside move that we've been eyeing for weeks now. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and find out exactly what can happen for the next trading session. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again on this fine Tuesday night. This is ARCa coming at you with a GTii technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCab. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so we're going to start off the analysis with the statistical side of the analysis. That is as it is very important, and I've noticed that sometimes people actually dip out of the video before getting to the statistical side. So in this case, yes, we're going to start off with the statistics first. Okay, so new viewers, you are looking at volatility here represented by BBWP. This is volatility. My apologies. Okay, so usually, volatility is direction neutral. So we pair it with an indicator named stochastic momentum. This is what I prefer to use, okay? So this stochastic oscillator will give us that bias for direction since the volatility is neutral, okay? So we've been eyeing this for weeks now, okay? As the capitulation continued to the downside, we were able to see the bottom and the potential reversal for a momentous move to the upside. The backtest consisted of every single time that we've actually approached the critical volatility zone, which can be 90% and above. So whenever we're at 90% or within the 90 percentile, we've actually taken note of that iteration's upside thrust, the duration of the iteration, and also the amount of times that volatility versus momentum have guessed the upside correctly versus incorrectly. Okay, so that gave us a statistical mean for us to evaluate. Okay, you guys, so I am talking about a backtest throughout the entire trading history of GTii on the 3-day chart in particular, okay? So upon performing that backtest, we can actually see out of a total 11 iterations, volatility versus momentum has actually guessed the upside correctly 7 out of those 11 times, giving us an upside accuracy of about 68.63% with an averaged upside thrust of about 3,202.47% over the span of just about 32 and a quarter days, and this is proof of work. Okay, so we are in that statistical upside. Please know that the statistical upside or any of these statistics are just statistics. They're not certainties. Okay, you guys, so we need to make sure that we always know that when we're trading. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because not only are we in it already, but the move has already been validated, but I want to just measure with you guys how far we've gone up. Okay, so from the let's see, we've actually been. This is going to close in about 19 hours and 32 minutes, 31 seconds. Okay, so we're looking at potentially completing about 6 days of this upside move thus far. Okay, so let's go ahead and just see how far we've moved since then. Okay, so we're going to take it from down to here to the top side of that candle where we saw today. Okay, so we have already moved 211% from the firing of this signal that everyone would give me so much crap about. Oh, GTii is done. Blah, blah, blah. ARCa doesn't know nothing. You're still giving that recommendation about the 3,000? Yes, I'm still giving that representation. Man, shut up. Guys, listen, okay? There's a reason why I'm telling you to trust the data, okay? Don't trust people. People lie. The numbers don't lie. Anyway, you guys, so things are still looking good for GTii nonetheless. I just wanted to go ahead and pop this in the oven just right off the bat so people can shut up, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. This is going to be the daily time frame. We're going to look at the ARC-Series Crypstex indicators, okay, as there is something very important that I would like to point out right here, you guys. So we are looking at the DBSI indicator here, and DBSI is a statistical indicator that takes a metric or a measurement of every single candle printed in the asset's particular time frame, in this case the daily. Okay, so upon taking all of those metrics, it gives us value, and that value is represented to us right over here as a percentage. Okay, so you can see that the bears are at 17% and the bulls with a massive 83% lead. Okay, so another thing that DBSI does is that it takes into account the 13-day exponential moving average, and in this case you can see that we're above the moving average. Very, very bullish according to according to DBSI. DBSI fired that buy signal on December 7th with this blue dot right over here, and it has since continued on to the upside, and we have not recovered, or we have not gotten a red dot, which is usually the sell signal. Like this sell signal here was printed on November 22nd, and you can see that it went all the way down until it gave us that blue buy, the go ahead. It gave us the moonshot, baby. So we started going up to the upside, and as you can see, actually the ARC Enhanced MACD, which is another one that's part of the subscription package of the ARC-Series indicators, fired that the buy signal actually on December 16th. It was a little less conservative. I'm sorry, it was a little more conservative, and it actually did get pretty close to that bottom. Okay, you guys, very interesting things here. If we can load up the ARC Armor indicator, you can actually see that Armor was the most conservative of all of them, printing that buy signal on December 22nd for that continuation to the upside. So let's just go ahead and block the visibility for the Armor and take a look at this. Okay, you guys. So when we start printing candles that are starting to create tiny little gaps, that's a pretty good sign for continuation, okay, for upside continuation. I did mention to you guys that the power of the thrust from this data is very, very I mentioned that it was historical, okay, and I mentioned that because it's for a damn reason. It is definitely historical, okay. You can literally see the thrust just flooring the gas as we go up, okay, you guys. This is FOMO now, okay? FOMO is now starting to apply into the metrics. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart and see what we have. Okay, so yeah, this is more along the lines of the chart that we've been looking at, okay? Particularly to this time frame of the fib, you can see that we actually came about 4 cents shy of the 4.618 at $1.89 with a high of about $1.85, okay? So this is definitely looking very good. So now we can go ahead and remove some of these fib levels and see what we have, okay? Because the price action here, sure, sometimes when we do print these hammers at the top of a trend, they can present a downside, but the thrust on the daily is looking too significant for us to consider that. Another very important thing here is that you can see that the yellow line representing the 7-day period exponential moving average has now crossed both the 50 SMA and the 30 EMA. Okay, so this is very important. Now you can see that the SMA 10 is about to cross the 50 SMA, and that's another very bullish thing. We do have resistance coming up, okay? The resistance that we can find is at the 200-day simple moving average at about $2.20, of which can actually face some rejection and come right back down to test either our current highs or the 4.618 at 189, okay, you guys? So I'm going to give you a point of support from when we do come back, okay? Because we closed right above the 4.236 at $1.80. We have a support now, okay? So let's go ahead and make this box right here for the next trading day, okay? And I'm going to get rid of this one here because it may not be relevant anymore, okay, you guys? So yeah, this is potentially an area to where we can actually wick up and then come right back down here, okay? But noticing that the daily candles are becoming so exponential, we can actually we can even see a wick up to this $2.58 zone located at the actually, I'm sorry, you guys. So this is actually the 100-day simple moving average. Is usually blue, okay? I'm sorry I changed the color on it, but yeah, we can see that touch of the 100-day simple moving average, and then we can literally come right back down. Very cool thing right here is that the 8-hour 100-day simple moving average and 200-day simple moving average are now getting closer to each other, okay? As soon as we do get that 200-day cross above the 100, people will notice that and continue that upside, okay? Let's move on to the next chart. All right, you guys, so this is that chart to where we actually saw the downside coming from around $5 all the way down to that 45-cent zone, okay? So we're approaching that pennant support line, which is actually now a resistance, and it's very much in confluence with the, let's just make sure that is the 30-day exponential. It is, okay? So yeah, we're approaching the 30-day exponential moving average, okay? That can serve as some type of resistance, but please notice that we have literally the 100-day day, we have the 7-day, we have the 50 SMA, all of these as supports so that we can continue on to the upside. Very important thing to notice here is that the SMA 10 on the 5-day chart is signaling a potential resistance at about $2.49, $2.50, which does have some confluence with this 100-day simple moving average landing at about 258. Okay, so yeah, we can see some resistance literally within the $2.50 zone, right around there. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the last part of this analysis, as it is going to be the RSI. Okay, so now we're going to load up the 30-minute immediate short term. You can actually see that the immediate short term is suggesting a downside. We're very much in the overbought percentile. Please, new viewers, gander at this diagram here that I have drawn for you. These 4 zones in particular are the ones that I usually speak of as they're located right here on the chart physically. Okay, so yeah, we reclaimed that upside of the 14-day simple moving average, which is standard to any RSI. Pardon me. We can use it as a form of support before continuing on. Okay, no guarantee on that, but it's still there and it's very relevant. Okay. Now, another thing that we can look at is potentially just other iterations to where we've actually reached higher highs. Okay, so you can see here that yes, we do have absolutely higher highs. This is a recent iteration on October 2022 that has about 92% read, and we are currently sitting at 83. So there's plenty of upside still to go on the 30-minute time frame. It is immediate, but it's just, important for us to notice nonetheless. Okay, buy hourly is suggesting a slight pullback, not a convincing downside pivot, to be very honest with you. And as you can see, the 14-day simple moving average has actually been used as a guide towards the upside. So we are still looking pretty good. Okay, if we're going to look at a short-term pullback, we can likely see a touch back to about $1.70, $1.69, right around there, to meet the 7-day exponential and the 50-day simple. Okay, if we're going to make a larger move to the downside, which I can see probably not as likely, we can meet on the SMA 100 on the 5-day chart at about $1.53 before continuing on to the upside. Okay, you guys, 6-hour time frame is suggesting a little bit of sideways trading here. We are getting a hint from the 14-day moving average of upside continuation, so this is looking good. What I am going to give the most credit to is actually the daily time frame. Please notice that the daily time frame is aggressively pitched to the upside. Now the moving average is now finally starting to show that upside pivot. We are literally in the very deep areas of the bull weakness percentile. We're gonna be gravitated right into this bull strength percentile and suggesting a continuation onto the upside. Buy daily is suggesting upside. 3-day is suggesting upside, finally making that bullish cross we've been looking for some time. 5-day suggesting upside as well. Just like I've mentioned in literally the last 3 or 4 videos from the GTii analysis, this is going to be a multi-day high. Okay, we're going to continue on to the upside, you guys. I can't guarantee that we're going to meet the $3,200, I'm sorry, the 3,200% move to the upside, but know that if we do meet that percentage, that we are actually potentially going to reach that $18.40 zone, right around there, $18.28, $18, just to kind of ease off the things right here. Okay, you guys. So this is still what I'm looking for. GTii still moving according to plan, still looking healthy. Okay, you guys, please know that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment. Okay, know that I can't suggest for you to buy or sell any assets, and just know that I do have an average on GTii. Full transparency, okay, I do have an average at about $1 and about, I think, 10 cents. Okay, so I am currently about 71% up on this position from where I told you guys that the statistical move was officially on. From that day, actually the following day, I did open up a position there, literally wherever the price action was at market order, and I am up about 70% thus far. Okay, you guys, this was a very, very fast move. We actually have to look at these bottoms from days prior, which is a lot of people telling me that they can't. It's useless for me to see these charts. My goodness, it's useless for you to see the CEO. That's what's useless. Okay, you guys. So Please, if you do want to reach out to me, the links will be included in the description below for you to consider joining the ARCap trading community or saying hi on Twitter. Okay, you guys, but with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.